Okay, I'm going to share with you today the 5 reasons that I find over and over again why people are not achieving the success that they actually want. So the 5 reasons that you're going to come up against are trust, fear, control, worthiness, and change. Over and over and over again. If you really look at the underlining issue that's going on is trust issues. A lot of people cannot achieve the level of success they want in anything. Doesn't matter if it's a personal relationship or for business, because they really have internal trust issues, right? Relationships and moving from where you are to where you want to be is a team sport. You can't get there alone. That's why they say there's no solo in success. So if there's no solo in success, that means you have to be able to have the ability to trust people around you. And if you think people are not going to let you down, they are. They are going to let you down. So that's where your picker instinct and your picker process has to be able to help you pick the right people. And that happens over time in good mentorship. But you're going to need people. You're not going to be able to get there without it. And so a lot of us carry a lot of baggage from trust issues that we've had in our youth. So you have to work on the internal conflict that you have with trust. As you build a better relationship with trust, you're going to find that it's going to move you closer to success. So let's take the next one, fear. It's crazy, but a lot of us are pre-programmed with fear of actual success. It's why statistically, if somebody wins the lottery or comes into a lot of money, that according to statistics, that within the first 5 years, they lose and go back to the baseline that they ever were at. Why? Because they fear it. They feel the responsibility. They fear that maybe it's, it's not deserved or wasn't worked for, and all kinds of issues that are going on. But fear stops most people. And it's common, and it's not unusual, and fear is something that you have to build your tolerance for. It's part of the reasons why I force myself every month to do something that I absolutely do not want to do because I'm fearful of it. I call it what it is, and I force myself out of my comfort zones. So your internal issues with fear absolutely stop you from success. That's that whole, well, what if? Well, you can what if yourself to death. It really is your conflict with fear. That's what's going on. Control. Oh my goodness. Most people have control issues. They're perfectly fine and they feel safe and they feel that they can trust as long as they're in control. But if they're not in control, then you get all kinds of trust issues. You get all kinds of issues that come in with the control factor. And when you look at really highly successful people, they demonstrate control very, very differently than people that are still looking to achieve success. So they start depending on things with process and procedures and measurables. Same thing in your personal life. You only have control on your side. So it's a matter about being able to learn, how do I put myself in somebody else's shoes, understand what they're up against, what is their internal belief system, what is their internal conflicts, in order for you to be able to then close that gap that's all around control. Because the false belief is that we are in control of the world and we're in control of what's happening and we're in control. The reality is we're only a little bit in control. And that's why we create tools to help us be able to get from where we are to where we want to be. And I'll talk a lot about that over this next year. And the next one here is worthiness. That is one that I think that most people, especially like myself, when you're coming from nothing, right? So I started with absolutely nothing and had to work my way up the pyramid. And you, just like myself, struggle with worthiness in different points as you hit different levels. So you can only go as far as you feel you're worthy. You see this in relationships all the time, that people go, well, I'm only worthy of this kind of partner, so that's my expectations. They don't reach for something that they aspire to because they don't feel they're worthy of it. And worthiness also comes into, if this is something that I desire, then am I offering that same level in return, right? You can say, well, I'd like to have this incredible, amazing relationship, but I haven't done my work to offer that kind of relationship, right? So it's linked together. So worthiness is an internal conflict that I will say that 99% of the businesses that I go into and 99% of the mediations that I get called in to do, what's really happening is somebody is carrying a very heavy bag about worthiness. And this is where I really stress with people who, parents, is the worthiness. We teach our children what they're worth. And I know that sounds harsh, but we do. And we give those messages by saying, okay, I am on my phone while I'm at dinner because you're not worthy of my full attention. And they're trying to talk to us and they don't have our undivided attention, and they start to learn their order of priority. The priority system is, whatever it is, work and money and this and that and the other thing, and then me. That doesn't mean it's the reality. It's the perception, and perception dictates the belief system, and the belief system is tied directly to worthiness. So most people, I would say, is carrying around worthiness issues, and it's ongoing, right? So if you're looking to always move to the next level, that means you're always going to be dealing with a brand new issue around worthiness. And then the other one is change. Again, human nature, the way we're designed as an individual is that our mind and our body and our spirit wants to be able to save and conserve our energy. So it's trying to predict what's going to come next. And so our entire being likes to be able to know that it's going to be a repeatable and duplicatable type of process, so that it already knows what we're going to need. So it already knows right around the same time I get hungry every day, and right around the same time this is what's going to happen next. And so our survival instinct is to have predictables, and in order to achieve maximum success, you have to get with change, which means you got to be shaking it up so that you open up the new awareness so that you can kind of grow. But in change, real change is painful, because if you're going to learn, learning is uncomfortable. So that is absolutely the top 5 things that I find that stop people from success: trust, fear, control, worthiness, and change. And I'm going to be talking about these a lot more this year. So thank you very much. Stay tuned.